Tell him we going for Canelo next.
Yes. Let's go. Canelo, come on.
You heard it from him.
We are ready.
Garcia's career may be approaching its end, and it's becoming clear that Edgar Berlanga is on the verge of facing defeat. Canelo Alvarez's commanding victory over Berlanga left an undeniable mark, signaling a significant shift in the boxing landscape.
Terrence, what you think?
Bud, hey Bud, what happened with T.O., Bud? What happened with T.O.?
Canelo Alvarez's commanding victory over Edgar Berlanga left an undeniable mark on the boxing world, cementing his dominance in the super middleweight division. This fight showcased both Alvarez's experience and skill, while also providing a valuable lesson for the up-and-coming Berlanga. Boxing pros and key figures in the sport, including Terrence "Bud" Crawford, who was ringside for the bout, quickly took to social media to share their thoughts on the match.
In the 10 or 9 rounds, he like my son. He think he got it. Like somebody, no, I don't know, but I say, no, you hit like my son. But I'm too strong, that's why maybe.
Terrence Crawford, the current undisputed welterweight champion, has openly expressed his desire for a dream fight with Canelo Alvarez. Despite the significant weight difference between them, Canelo fights at 168 pounds, while Crawford currently holds a title at 154 pounds. Crawford remains undeterred. Even though Canelo himself has repeatedly dismissed the idea, Crawford took to social media after watching Canelo deliver a masterclass performance against Berlanga, tweeting, "Put me in the game, coach." Crawford has long been pushing for a chance to test his skills against Canelo, believing that such a showdown would not only be financially lucrative, but also a way to cement his legacy by fighting the best. Canelo, however, has stated in previous interviews that any fight he participates in will be on his terms. He turned down an offer from Turkish promoter Ahmet Ona, who have attempted to lure both fighters into a big money deal in Saudi Arabia. Despite these setbacks, Crawford remains hopeful, knowing the massive financial potential such a fight would bring, even if the dream bout may never materialize. Several boxing pros shared their reactions on social media following the fight. Among them was former world champion Jamel Herring, who praised Edgar Berlanga for his grit and resilience despite being outclassed by Canelo throughout the fight. Berlanga, who suffered his first career defeat, showed heart and determination, getting up after a third-round knockdown and continuing to battle against one of the sport's most seasoned fighters. Herring tweeted, "Edgar will learn a lot from this fight. Nothing to be ashamed of," encouraging Berlanga to take lessons from defeat and grow from the experience. In typical blunt fashion, lightweight champion Devin Haney didn't hold back his thoughts on Berlanga's toughness. Haney took to social media with a short but impactful statement. "Berlanga is not a hoe." While Haney's comment lacked the nuance of other fighters' reactions, it carried a clear message. Berlanga's toughness and determination in the face of adversity had not gone unnoticed. Leonard Eleb, the longtime former CEO of Mayweather Promotions, was equally impressed by Canelo's performance. In a post-fight interview, Eleb emphasized the learning experience that comes from facing a fighter of Canelo's caliber. "I was actually impressed," Eleb said. "Berlanga has gained so much experience, just like Canelo did from the loss to Floyd Mayweather." Eleb's reference to Canelo's 2013 loss to Mayweather highlighted the trajectory of a fighter's career, suggesting that even in defeat, there are valuable lessons to be learned. For Berlanga, this loss to Canelo could be the catalyst for future improvement. Eleb also pointed out that despite the tough loss, Berlanga has the potential to continue competing at a high level. "He'll be okay moving forward. It was a tremendous beating, but he can deal with any mother at 168 out there," Eleb stated. Caleb Plant did not hold back on social media after watching Canelo's fight against Berlanga. Plant, who faced Canelo back in 2021 in a highly publicized bout where he suffered his first career loss, made it clear that he believes the Mexican superstar is no longer in his prime. Canelo is definitely slowing down. Berlanga took his best shots and still went the distance. Prime Canelo would have finished him in the middle rounds, Plant remarked. His observation suggested that Canelo, despite his dominance over Berlanga, is not the same fighter he once was. Plant's comments fueled the ongoing debate about whether Canelo's busy fight schedule and long career have started to catch up with him. Interestingly, Plant's remarks come after his own successful performance against Thomas McCumbee, where he dominated after needing to make adjustments in the early rounds. This performance showed that Plant is still sharp and ready for top competition, leading to further speculation about a possible rematch with Canelo. Plant has expressed interest in avenging his loss and testing whether Canelo's perceived decline could give him the edge in a bout. Jamie Munguia, who recently lost to Canelo in a close bout, also shared his thoughts on Canelo's performance against Berlanga. Canelo is definitely slowing down. Berlanga took his best shots and still went the distance. Prime Canelo would have finished him in the middle rounds, Munguia commented. This critique hit hard, as Munguia had first-hand experience with Canelo's punching power. The fact that Berlanga, a young but relatively untested fighter, managed to go all 12 rounds without getting knocked out raised concerns about whether Canelo's power is beginning to fade. Chris Eubank Jr. focused on Berlanga's toughness in his post-fight analysis. Berlanga ate Canelo's punches like they were nothing. Going 12 rounds with Canelo is a win in itself for Berlanga. Imagine what a younger, hungrier fighter could do, Eubank Jr. remarked. While giving credit to Berlanga for his resilience, Eubank's post also hinted at the larger issue of Canelo's fading knockout power. For years, Canelo has been known for his ability to wear down and eventually finish his opponents with punishing body shots and sharp counters. However, Berlanga, known more for his toughness than his technical skill, was able to withstand Canelo's punches and avoid being put away. Dmitry Bivol, who handed Canelo one of the few losses of his career, offered perhaps the most stinging critique on a popular boxing forum. GGG would put this version of Canelo down. Canelo's power isn't what it used to be, and his stamina is questionable. GGG still has the chin and power to take him out, Bivol commented. His remark suggested that even though Canelo emerged victorious, his performance revealed vulnerabilities that could be exploited by tougher and more experienced fighters. Gennady Golovkin, or GGG, has already faced Canelo in 2 highly contested bouts, and Bivol believes that this version of Canelo would be more vulnerable to GGG's power. Billy Joe Saunders didn't hold back when commenting on Canelo Alvarez's choice of opponents after his recent victory over Edgar Berlanga. Saunders, a former opponent who Canelo defeated via an 8th-round stoppage, pointed out a concern that many others are now echoing. Canelo's choice of opponents is getting more questionable. Berlanga is tough, but he's not on the level of Benavidez or Charlo. Is Canelo avoiding real challenges? Saunders' critique has brought renewed attention to Canelo's recent fight selection. While he's been known for taking on the biggest names in boxing, his choice to fight Berlanga raised eyebrows. Berlanga, though a rising star with an undefeated record until this fight, lacks the resume and experience of elite fighters like David Benavidez or Jermall Charlo. David Benavidez, a 2-time WBC super middleweight champion, has been calling out Canelo for years. Many in the boxing world view him as the biggest threat to Canelo's reign. With an aggressive and relentless fighting style and a notable size advantage, Benavidez is seen as the fight to make. Yet, for one reason or another, Canelo has opted not to face him, leading to speculation that the Mexican star might be avoiding a fight where he's not the clear favorite. Similarly, Jermall Charlo, the undefeated WBC middleweight champion, has been vocal about wanting a shot at Canelo. His combination of power, speed, and technical ability would likely present a significant challenge to Canelo, and fans have been clamoring for this matchup. Saunders' remark taps into this frustration, questioning whether Canelo is strategically picking opponents who pose less of a risk at this stage.